Paygilant is an anti-fraud and frictionless authentication visionary in the mobile payment space that employs deep expertise, insight, and ingenuity to boost mobile payments applications' revenue. Unlike others in the field who are spread across multiple channels, Paygilant specializes in tackling fraud threats and seamlessly authenticating customers, making its solution 100% designed around mobile platforms and behaviors. With Paygilant, financial institutions, virtual banks, e-commerce, and e-wallet providers can curb fraud while dramatically enhancing the customer experience.
Hi everyone, my name is Ziv Cohen and I'm the CEO of Paygilant, which specializes in frictionless digital payments and banking fraud prevention. During the last few years, the way we transfer money, buy online, buy in store, pay our bills, and do other financial services has just, changed dramatically. And it will keep changing because the world is going cashless. We are seeing a significant increase in cashless transactions. Just, in April, we saw 200% jump in mobile banking registrations. And it's not just banking, it's banking, mobility, retail, transportation, energy, and many other areas. Now, this is also attracting clearly fraudsters because fraudsters always follow the money. And if last year the market experienced more than $16 billion of fraud losses, this number will not remain like this. It will grow, and it will grow significantly in the upcoming years. And it will also grow due to COVID. COVID has changed the world. And COVID has made people stay at home, locked down. This means that there is no other way to transact and transfer money and pay by using remote operations and using mobile devices. When fraudsters tend to launch and execute their attacks, they have all sorts of tools for doing this and doing this quite effectively. For example, opening fake accounts. New account fraud is a great way for them to fly under the radar of the existing KYC solutions and opening new accounts. Two is also stealing debit and credit cards, which they've been doing for many years, but when it comes to mobile, for example, it is much easier for them to conceal their operation. And last but not least has to do with account takeover. Even though it's been here for quite a while, phishing and social engineering is very effective for them. And they're able to just target new victims and make it look like it's a new attack every time. Now, adding more and more security controls is definitely not the answer to reducing friction. To the contrary, when we look at, for example, the shift from incumbent banks to challenger banks, we see that the strongest driver for people to do that is the easiness of opening a new account. But when it comes to the real user experience, that's only 11%. So there is lots of room to enhance, and it has to be enhanced in order to increase the adoption of the new customers, acquire new customers, and making sure that the conversion rate is improving. So the question that comes up is it really possible to balance among reducing fraud or avoiding even fraud, also enhancing the user experience by reducing the friction, and doing all that without breaching our privacy? The answer is absolutely yes, only that the approach needs to be different. It has to be fast, it has to be effective, and it needs to be easy and simple. By fast, we're looking at a situation where we can no longer wait for a new system to become productive and be able to predict fraud after months of operation. It just doesn't make any sense. Today, when you switch on the system, it needs to immediately detect abnormal and fraudulent attempts. Two is really the effectiveness. And when I say effectiveness, we need to look broadly at various factors that include, one, the device, the ability to indicate which device it is, which user is currently using the device, whether the device is involved in any criminal activity or in any fraudulent activity, and connect that, link it to the user behind the device, and analyze the behavior of the user. For example, what is my spending habits? Where do I buy? What is the amount, the time? Who do I transfer money to? And many other factors that are related to me when I transact. Of course, also my behavioral biometrics. How do I hold my phone? With my left hand, right hand? What is the pressure that I put on the screen? And all my unique physiological characteristics. And 3 is the way that I interact with the application. And all that, again, is unique to me as an individual. So if a fraudster tries to steal my phone, my credentials, my identity, my card, they won't be able to complete this transaction successfully. And the last part has to do with making it easy. I mean, the integration should not last more than just a few days. The times where all the cumbersome integrations, took weeks and months is no longer here, and definitely not in the new cashless arena. So it has to be fast and it needs to be completed right away. So the combination of all that is definitely the answer and the solution to reducing the friction, supporting the adoption, and without reducing the fraud losses, the risk, and avoiding such cases. Thank you very much and stay safe.